we had to stand at attention. And he said, have you people put anything in the log yet? And we said, no, sir. He said, you don't. It didn't happen. He says, you don't mention it. He says, if I hear a word of it, he says, you're going to prison.
Wow.
Right about that point, at 20 years old, and a captain of a ship tells you something like that, you believe him. So we just kept our mouths shut all these years.
On a ship, the captain's word is God anyway.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But, I saw it on radar. And when we went out and got over our ship, the three of us that went out there the next morning, some of our faces were red like we'd been out in the sun. So, when something like that happens to you, and there's stuff out there that you can't explain, that I guess that just kind of lights that internal desire to find out what's going on that we don't know.
Right.
That's why I went into that metaphysical studies, because it basically, that's what it's looking at, all the stuff we don't know. We just kind of go through in a fog, pay our bills, make some money, have a good time. But when it gets to stuff like the paranormal or UFOs or cryptids, we just, most people just don't want to know about it because it messes with their reality. Sometimes you just don't want to think about stuff. It makes my life more complicated. Crap, it's complicated enough.
Yeah.
So anyway, what else you guys want to know?
Well, I was just going to comment real quick on what you were saying. A lot of people are firm believers that ignorance is bliss. And, that right there kind of proves it.
Yeah, my first marriage proved that too. Never mind. Long story.
I don't think that's a topic for the show tonight, Bob.
No, there you go. I've forgiven her anyway. What the heck? I got a tattoo of a dragon on my arm. I tell everybody that was a picture of my wife, but I didn't put her name on there. My wife says, well, I'm glad that. I says, yeah, I saved it for you. But anyway.
Oh.
But when you guys do classes, you guys run paranormal classes for people to try to let them see what really goes on?
Right now, I don't, but we're getting ready to, starting this month, actually in February, we're partnering up with the Frontier Historical Society in Glenwood Springs, Colorado, and we're going to start conducting monthly public investigations there at the museum, which they're going to be, really educational and kind of, let people see, what happens during an investigation and, causes for certain phenomena, and really get down to, why Glenwood Springs is such a hotbed for paranormal activity. We've got fault lines, we've got geothermal hot springs, we've got the Colorado River that runs right there, not to mention the geological composition of the mountains that surround the town, and underground coal mines, and just, oh my gosh, that there are so many contributing factors as to why that town is so hot. And so it's going to be it's going to be a fundraising event for the Historical Society, and that's going to start this month.
Yeah, that's what happened at that Crossroads investigation we did. It was a fundraiser basically to help the museum, because cities apparently they can't afford museums and places like that anymore. But yeah, a lot of what I usually do is I start out with why they want to do it, and I'll tell them real quick, if you're just doing it for the entertainment value, that's all fine and well, but you still need to know other things. Then I go into all the legal aspects. I've got like 3 or 4 forms that we have, and I'll explain, you just can't write because I says, I'm a writer, so I'll write what we've experienced here, but you got to be careful what you're writing and what the client wants you to write. I said, we've had one case that another investigator told me that happened to them. They wrote about the person, gave the person's name and where they worked and everything. The guy lost his job, and his kids was getting bullied in school.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
Because the father was the owner was like a fundamentalist, whatever.
Right.
And he didn't like the fact that father was involved with that and investigators and that, so he fired him. So yeah, I said, you got to be careful about what you write. I'm the last article I wrote about this beauty shop, and they haven't published it yet. But I didn't even tell the town it was in. I got to that point. She said, you can write anything you want. I don't care at all, as long as you don't use my name, the name of my business, or what town I'm in.
Yeah.
So it makes it a little difficult. But I write about that. I write about, you need to look about liabilities.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying, a lot of people don't want you to investigate because wherever it is you're going to is so decrepit that they're afraid you're going to hurt yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd make them sign a thing saying, all of our team members have to sign something we give to the owner saying if we knock ourselves down a flight of stairs because we're working in the dark, it's not your fault.
Yes.
But if you don't tell us that this floor is ready to cave in and we fall on it, then we got an issue.
Right.
So we have them sign that. We let them see what to expect ahead of time. So we say, here's what it really looks like. It's not like on TV. It's a little bit like what's on TV. In fact, that's what you get a lot of investigations from.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody will say, this is going on in our house. And then they get a 6-pack, invite 6 of their buddies over and they want you to do your investigation. Those are you to walk away from. But yeah, we go through that, and I let all the people try the equipment, and we do a little mini tour of an antique mall because there's always stuff going on in there. If somebody brings in a new piece of furniture or something, and all of a sudden stuff starts getting knocked off shelves, and they hear strange sounds and stuff. So we let them go up there and do investigations. And there's a permanent spirit in the place, so they get a kick out of it, and then they always ask how much it is, and we say we don't charge anything. It's just trying to pass on the knowledge. I said, one of the problems about anybody charges you money, I can guarantee they're going to find something, and they're going to have a need to come back to charge you some more. I says, most of us are dedicated to finding out what's going on. We might not ever come up with a total solution, but, we're out there trying to find what we can do to help people alleviate their fears. You don't charge for something like that. Better have a lot of money stashed away because it's not cheap for what we do. Heck, that SLS camera alone, that wasn't no cheapie.
No.
You say you guys got 2 of them?
Yeah, we've got 2 on my team. Yeah. Actually, we've got 3. We've got 2 of the Kinect version and 1 X cam.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I got to Connect. The only problem I run into with that thing is trying to save the stuff. It saves it somewhere. I just ain't figured out where yet.
If you look,
I'll figure that.
When you start recording, there's a place where you can actually, it tells you where the location is. If you memorize where that location is, go right to that location, and then all your videos will be right there.
Okay, that kills it for me because you said the magic word, memorize it. Dude, I'm 71. Okay, I can't remember what day it is.
write it down, Bob.
Yeah, write it down or read it into your audio recorder so that you can go and look at it later.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just use a tape player and say, okay, here it is.
Yeah, because I had a hard time trying to find it on mine, and I actually found it, so it's all good.
Yeah, because a couple of those, I was going to try to save a couple of those clips on my website, and I just, for the life of me, I couldn't find them, and then all of a sudden it said memories cleared, so I hit the wrong button somewhere and wiped them out.
Oh, no!
That's not the first time I heard that.
It was at this place where I told you that evil entity and the priest has got to go. There was a spirit actually laying on the bed, and when it laid on the bed, the geophone lit up, which means it detected movement. So we put that up, and we saw something laying there, and we said, could you move your left leg? And the left leg on the stick figure moved, which freaked me out, because you got to interpret that stick figure like you do anything else on there. But when it actually does something to the commands, and then when I tried to stick a K2 meter by it, the thing just scooted over the other side of the bed altogether. And the recording's gone. Wow. Because that would have been a great one to have.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
I'll figure out how to fix it and make it work. And one of my favorite sayings is I only look stupid.
Clarissa and I did an investigation together in August. We went to S.K. Pierce Mansion in Gardner, Massachusetts. And I was on the third floor coming down to the second floor. I was on the stairwell, and I caught two stick figures on the inside of the banister that appeared to be two children. And I interacted with them. I did not have the thing recorded because I did not know how to use it. I just got it in. But I got them to hold my hand.
Yeah, you can feel it when they do it.
Yes.
Did you get either the cold or the electric tingle?
Exactly. It was the electric tingle.
Yep, I get that. Because the only other time I get that is I'm a Reiki master. And when I try to energize my fingers and my hands, as soon as I think about it, they'll start tingling. But yeah, I was in that liquor store, and there was one of them looked like it was stocking the shelves, and it reached out and touched my hand. As soon as it did, I could feel that electricity.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are a lot of people say, "Oh, that's not real." For those of us who've used it, it is real, and it's a good piece of equipment.
And what's nuts, Bob, is that I went back there for a revisit. Same location on the stairwell, and there were two stick figures there again. This time I had it recorded, and I got them to hold my hand again.
Yeah, that's what we tell a lot of people, because a lot of investigations, I don't even go there. We can just talk over the phone, and I can tell them what's pretty much going on and what they need to do next. But log down what's happening in case it gets more intense, and then we will come out. We say most spirits are just people like you and me. And when you die and you see your body laying there and you realize you're as healthy as ever and feel great, first thing you want to do is let people know that, death ain't the end. So you're going to try to communicate any way you can.
Right.
Well, Bob, we've only got about a minute left with you. So one more time for our listeners, where can they find out more about you, and where can they listen to those awesome EVPs?
SpectralTech.org. And there's 4 tabs. One's an evidence page. It's got a lot of EVPs on that part. If you want to see a lot of our investigations and what we found and details on that, there's a published article page, and it's broken down by years, so you can look at the newest stuff to the oldest stuff. That ought to do it.
Outstanding.
Should we have like 30 minutes or 30 seconds of silence now for, mutilating an interview?
No, it is time for our break. But Bob, we want to thank you for being such a great guest on the show. And again, folks, I encourage you to go to spectraltech.org to learn more about Bob and his research and listen to some of those amazing EVPs. And when we come back, we're going to have more with Jax and I. So stay tuned. You're listening to Para-Scope Uncensored on WBHM Digital Broadcasting, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to WBHM DHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal.